Well, welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 283, being recorded on January 9th, 2024. The Council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit.
Random shit?
With little background and absolutely no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. Maybe? I almost liked it better when Matt was in control of the farts.
So
Well,
Matt.
we can hand that button over to him.
Oh,
There it
Matt
is.
can just do it, and he can just fart anytime. Look at that. That's farting on command is amazing.
Farts on command. It's awesome.
Who could do that? Like not just they could like intake air and then fart.
Oh man, that reminds
Hey,
me of,
Mr. Taggart, you want some beans? I think you boys have had enough beans.
What the fuck are you talking about, Brian?
Menace.
What?
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Please don't kill me. The only part I've ever
Mr.
seen.
Mr. Taggart, we're eating some beans. You boys have had enough beans. They're
I
farting
really need to
everywhere,
watch that
belching
movie.
and farting.
The only part I've seen is like, God, if this isn't the funniest joke in the movie, I don't know what is. When they come up to that fucking little arm gate in the middle of the desert, it's just this little station. You could go around, but they come up to it. It's right there. And they're like, somebody's got to go back and get a shitload of dimes. It's like, just go around. What the fuck? Like, just the pure visual of like the wide shot with the little arm down, and they like stop at it. It's like, what the fuck are you?
Oh
eating?
man, there was a guy who used to come into the break room years ago, and he'd start quoting that movie, and I'd be like, "You cannot quote that movie."
one of my favorite moments was when he's like, oh, I can't shoot anymore, and he's like, why not? And he says, look. He says, yeah, it looks like your hand's steady as a rock. He's like, yeah, but this is my
shooting hand.
Oh, that's perfect.
Being Wilder.
Well, it's a good thing that we're not sending him to the moon, because apparently America's first lunar lander is just not going to make it.
Didn't we?
The one we launched ain't gonna make
one
it.
on the moon?
Yeah,
Didn't we already?
Just launched?
yeah, it's not going to make it.
Well, just somebody get out there and give it a tow.
What? I don't understand. What?
Or a push.
What do you mean it's not
I
going to
watch
make it?
Wally 6 times a day. All that motherfucker needs is a goddamn fire extinguisher, and you'll get there.
What happened,
Yep.
Blaine? What's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah, so this is Astrobotics Peregrine lander, which apparently was launched. I think was it just yesterday?
This was like a day ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Within the last few days.
And
Yeah,
they
just
launched it
yesterday, Monday afternoon.
to the right.
It's
Angle 1 degree
listing.
left.
Yeah, they launched it, and apparently the launch itself went fine. But as soon as they started getting all the systems kind of up and running on the part that's going to the moon, they found out they have a fuel leak, and
Ooh.
they don't have enough fuel to make it.
Oh, that sucks. How much money is that down the drain?
Well, I'm sure probably a lot of money. $108 million.
Is this a private venture or a
Yeah.
public venture?
So it is a private venture, but it is backed. They have funding from NASA for part of it, but NASA did not develop this themselves.
What happens in these scenarios when the thing blows up on the pad or otherwise, like the mission
Insurance.
doesn't work? I was gonna ask, are these things insured just like anything else?
I would
Like,
assume so.
Are you insuring the $500 million satellite launch? Like, is that a thing? And what's
Probably.
the fucking
A $10 million
premium?
deductible.
Yeah, what's the goddamn premium?
My guess
Because,
is it's
like,
probably not
yeah.
that much compared to the insurance that your company is paying on your employees.
Well,
I guess.
some actuarial just came up with
I
the
mean,
best scenario for
There's
everyone.
a non-zero chance. It actually
I was
quite
waiting for
better
it.
than
I
zero
was waiting
chance
for you
that
to
the
say a
rocket's gonna
non-zero.
explode.
Oh man, I don't know if you know this, but I play a drinking game. It's called Matt Says Non-Zero Chance on CouncilCast.
Uh-huh. It is non-zero.
Oh,
Most things have a non-zero chance. There's a non-zero chance that I say it again and you have to take a drink.
There's a
Not a sl-
non-zero chance that
it's not
Silas
a-
is getting
You
drunk
want me to give
tonight.
you some other
Yeah,
mechanisms?
it's not a
Non-zero,
slamming game, it's a
not
drinking game.
insignificant.
Not insignificant. Yeah, there's some good ones.
Technically,
Well,
I mean,
that's
I don't know.
too bad.
The other alternative is they're just it's
I was
just
just
out
sitting
that
over-
money.
I was just
So I
upset
mean,
because I was sitting over here trying to think of how can I fit in non-zero chance about this discussion, and
I
then you
mean,
beat me to the punch.
I just assumed that with all these ventures, when the thing goes up, you're just out the money. Sorry.
could be.
Because I just didn't think that insuring it was a real possibility. I was going to suggest it as a joke.
Well, but it's
I mean,
still.
I
I mean,
would-
whether it lands or not, it's still. I mean,
Yeah, so what parameters do you write in? Do you write, like, if it can't perform its primary function, like if it's scrapped, now, like, you're paying out?
If I had to make a guess, it's probably all dependent on why it didn't get there.
We
So
should ask
if
John.
it probably is like if it
Yeah,
was
we could probably just find this.
if it came
In
down to a
insurance
component.
terms, space insurance is just like aviation insurance. You have hull
Or
coverage and
satellite.
liability coverage. Hull coverage is for damage to the body of the rocket or satellite itself. Liability coverage is for damages caused by the insured objects to other people.
Oh yeah, you
Are
probably
you
definitely.
reading a sheet?
Yeah, I found something.
I mean, that's a good point
I don't
because
know
you
if it's
probably
true or
have to have
not.
insurance. Like, what if your rocket fell out of the sky and landed on somebody's house?
Ouchies.
Pre-launch insurance, launch insurance, and in-orbit insurances. Man, what a hell of a market!
what if it made it to the moon and
Guys.
the moon people came out for the first time ever and it landed on one of them?
Exactly.
John needs to get into this. Can you
I was gonna say,
imagine
why don't
being
we
the
start our
fucking
own
orbital
insurance
insurance
company? It's called
underwriter?
CouncilCast
What are
Insurance.
moon people called anyway?
Fucking
Martians.
moon people.
Lunartians.
Moononites.
Moononites? Maybe they're just called moon people.
Moonikins.
Oh man.
Well, we're Earthlings. Moonlings.
I like
So
that
they do
ChatGPT
Moononites.
volunteered. The premiums for satellite launch insurance can be substantial.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so what is it? It's like, you've got $100 million launch, and if it goes tits up and they have to pay out, it's probably something like Brian said, like your deductible's $10 million, and then you get a brand new fucking satellite.
Probably not. I mean, that's probably the thing is that they're probably not going to build another satellite because they're probably like, well, that thing's done. We're going to move on to the next thing. Like, they're probably not going to go back and rebuild this exact same lander, would be my guess.
Are you telling me they don't want to do the thing that we're going to go do? Like, they just decided,
Yeah,
God doesn't want it to happen.
probably. I mean, unless it's like a satellite that they're building like the Starlink satellites. Like, they wouldn't just build another like Hubble telescope, for example, if Hubble just fell out of the sky. They'd be like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
we're going to build
insurance
something
policy's
else.
Probably lapsed on that guy. Like, they probably only carry liability. It's old enough now. It's paid off. You know, they're not paying. They're not making payments anymore on it.
It's become
I just thought
vintage.
of the billionaire pitch. Don't let me forget.
All right, don't forget.
Hey,
Well,
Matt,
anyway,
don't forget.
Hey, I give it a thumbs up for
Why, when I opened up my notepad, did it straight open to a document where I apparently, it's called testshare.txt. I have no idea what I was doing with this. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, 3 lines of real content. The lines are super secret stuff, carriage return, do not share, carriage return, boobs. What was I doing?
you were testing it.
I was testing some share thing, apparently. I just don't remember what.
that's great.
Huh.
Well, I guess we're not
what,
going back to the moon anytime soon, so no need
So
to worry
it's
about
just-
more
it's
time
just
for
like-
This is
boobs.
depressing.
It's
When I
just-
saw that, I
just-
was excited.
Just
we were
floating off into space.
Probably
Does it have a
either
non-zero
that.
chance of hitting something?
It has a
It's way out there.
non-zero chance of falling back to the earth.
How much chance?
Non-zero.
You goddamn right.
Well, here's to wherever you land, Moononite Rover 1.
Moononite.
Yeah, I give it a thumbs up for trying, but thumbs down on the execution here.
That's what she said.
Well, something else that isn't going anywhere fast is new Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes after a panel blew off the side of an Alaska Airlines flight.
What's really
At
funny is
16,000
that the life
feet.
cycle on that has been
That's
really
not good.
fast. Like the life cycle has been that happens. We got a bunch of videos of it, and oh my god, I love the internet. And then I've only followed the headline. So like I saw the shit like when it happened, and then I saw the headline, and I thought to myself, well, there's probably a non-zero chance that can happen on any aircraft. So then I saw the headline that like the I almost said the FDA, the FAA is like, nope, you gotta ground them because we don't know what the fuck is wrong with these, and we can't have panels just blowing off the aircraft. So then it was like, oh, all MAX 9s or whatever grounded. And then I saw just like today or yesterday that is loose bolts, loose bolts, I guess. And like this isn't a comprehensive problem of all of them. It was that seemed to be more of a maintenance issue. Have you followed it? Does that sum it up? Because that's what it looked like.
That's pretty much what
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, here we go. Remember when the MAX 8s were just fucking dolphin diving?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was like, that was big enough news that people were like, I'm not getting on a MAX 8. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, if the flight is a MAX 8, we're canceling the flight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And kind of rightly so at that time. Like, when Boeing
Have
was
they
just like,
fixed those? Do those exist anywhere? Did they just say, you know what?
No, the
We're
MAX
done
8s. The MAX 8s are fine now. Like
They just
I've flown them several times.
They're actually the MAX 8s are actually the MAX 9s. They just
They
painted the 9, the 8.
They rebranded them.
That 8.
9.
They sent a fucking dude up there who makes $11 an hour to scratch off part of it.
That was the panel that flew off. Was the 8
Man, we
panel?
designed the next iteration in record time.
We got a whole fleet of them ready to show you people.
Nobody got hurt. Like nobody.
You know what? We got somebody that could come in here and talk exactly about this, but we don't have the balls.
Nobody was injured in the making of this story.
Yeah, nobody was.
Fucking works for Boeing.
We should.
People
should have them tell
come
us.
in here and start
People were
dropping some
terrified.
knowledge bombs that you're not
People
allowed
probably
to say.
several people on those flights will never fly again. But
I mean, could you imagine
physically hurt?
Being that person right next to that panel? You're just like chilling
I'm
there,
so
looking
glad that I
out
have
from
my-
16,000 feet.
So glad
See
that I
something
have my
flying
seatbelt
off the
on.
plane. Well, thumbs down for
I'm gonna that
stuff
story
falling off
alone
of
makes
planes
me
that
go,
shouldn't.
Yeah, I think I will wear my seatbelt always.
Yeah, right.
I am justified in not drinking. Like, drink plenty of water while you're flying. I don't think so. I would rather not have to get up and go to the bathroom because who knows when the doors are just gonna get sucked off the side of the plane.
Oh, just pee your pants. It dries.
I wonder. I wonder if the pilot had this seatbelt sign on at that point in time or not.
They have it on most of the. I feel like they leave it on most of the time.
I don't think they ever
The
shut
last
it
couple
off.
flights I've been on, they actually turned it off quite a bit. I was kind of surprised. But yeah, I give them thumbs up for not having anybody injured. So
Thumbs up for no injuries.
there you go. Something that isn't going to injure you but might injure your ears is Mercedes' new attempt at allowing your car to be its own DJ. Have you ever wished that
No.
as you drove around, your music reacted to the way that you drove?
I wish my music didn't do nothing at all when I was in the car.
Actually,
Well, that's exactly
I wish
what-
this all the time. After watching the movie
So-
Baby Driver, I was like,
Yeah, this
"Dang, I
is
wish
Baby
that-"
Driver, isn't it? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Did they call it? They wanted to call it Baby Driver, but Edgar Wright didn't sign off on the rights for it. So
Yeah, instead it's got a stupid name called Imbuck Sound Drive. So that
Boo.
doesn't sound very exciting. But yeah, this is they've
M.
apparently
Buck
teamed up with
Sound Drive.
Imbuck's Sound Drive in
M.
all caps,
Bucks?
nonetheless. Yeah, MBUX,
Oh.
all caps, as if somebody's yelling at you.
Did a never mind. I'm just not gonna say it.
But yeah, so anyway, this is kind of how they describe it. They work, as they call it, they work by pairing musical elements in a song with 10 inputs from the car. For example, when you start the car, all you get is the track's bed, so to speak. So it's just like the looping of the background sound, waiting for you to get moving. When you push the accelerator at low speeds, it'll add some bass reverb to the song. While turning the steering wheel, you'll get extra effects or the chorus loop kicking in.
You see
And
some
only
person-
when you open the car up on a clear highway, and the main music and lyrics will start blasting at that point in time. So
This is on
I can
some-
only imagine.
see some lunatic driving all over the road trying to get this song going.
Exactly.
This is on any song, or is this just like their one stupid
No.
song that they have in there?
This is there are currently 16 songs. One of them
It's
is the
not
Black Eyed Peas, I Got a
A
Feeling.
real DJ then.
So if you really like the 16 songs they have preloaded for you, they sounds like pretty fun.
Unless one of them is
La
John
French's Night
Spencer's
Drive.
Blues Explosion, Bell Bottoms.
Oh, that is actually on there.
Is it?
No.
Dang.
They've apparently partnered with Will I Am to help do a lot of the music breakdowns, I guess,
Yeah, because
is what they're calling
to,
it.
They
So
would have to separate out all the tracks. I just was like, wow, that's some pretty. I like what DJ software did they set up to be able to like isolate those sounds from the songs. And it wouldn't work with every song because not every song necessarily has all of the pieces that you would want to separate out for all of the different. And so
I mean, I'm
going
going to guess that it's going to be highly customized, so it's probably never going to get to the point where it's like, give us your song and we'll make it work. It's probably only going to be like, hey, here's a song, and it'll be downloadable content, and you have to probably pay like $16 a song or something like that, because everybody wants to give you a subscription model probably for it.
I'm going to say that's a thumbs up. That's a pretty innovative idea.
I'm going to give a thumbs up for Bell Bottoms by the John Spencer Blues Explosion.
I'm going to give it a thumbs down, I guess, because I think it's going to create more road rage. I don't know. Something that might give you road rage, though, is Google disabling your cookies if you use Google Chrome. So if you like eating your cookies on Google Chrome, too bad. Yes.
What?
That is exactly what it sounds like.
What?
What?
So Google, well, I guess, yeah, let me back up. Any web browser uses cookies.
Just keep talking.
What are we listening to?
Background music to how you talk.
Ah.
Keep talking, Matt. I mean, Blaine. I mean, Silas.
All right. This is so. Will it react to my speaking? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, absolutely. So do it.
I programmed
perfect.
it as such through the YouTube Premium app. One of the things I get to do on the Premium app.
It's Chat GPT. So you chat and it GPTs. Let's go.
But yeah, so apparently Google, just like any other web browser, will use cookies to kind of track you across different websites. And well known is that it can track you and create, their own models of who they think you are, which can often be seen as a privacy concern across the internet. And Google is now rolling out their alternative to cookies by disabling them in general and using their own brand of, I don't even know what they call them.
Brownies.
Brownies, yep. They use their own brownies to basically track you instead, which they claim is more secure. So maybe a good thing, maybe also a bad thing.
Got a bunch of brownie points from Google.
What's a good Girl Scout cookie? With Thin Mints. What's like a single? What are the
Samoas.
names?
Samoas.
There you go. They don't call them cookies. They call them Samoas.
Let's see here. What are some good ones? Cookies.
So yeah, so if you do not want to be tracked using Chrome's new tracking feature, the Electronic Frontier Foundation says that you can install their Privacy Badger browser extension, which will block all of that tracking, just like it used to do. So there you go. If you don't want cookies and you don't want some Samoas,
You don't want the adventurefuls?
if you don't want any, yes, some what are they, the trefoils?
So they have adventurefuls, caramel chocolate chip, caramel
Did you say
delight
trifold?
Samoas,
Silas knows about
Yes.
trifolds.
do-si-dos, Girl Scout s'mores, lemonades, lemon ups, peanut butter patties,
Peter
Thin
That's a
Peter's
danger.
pumpkin eater.
toast yay, toffee-tastic, and trefoils.
Yes,
Trifles?
those are the shortbread ones.
Oh,
Rifles?
those are good.
No, it's
Yeah, I'm gonna go thumbs down with getting rid of cookies. I think everybody likes eating cookies, and I'm against getting rid of
Duh.
cookies.
yeah. I hate adventurefuls. I want cookies.
Anytime somebody's like, "Yo, cookies suck. I hate cookies," instant
Yeah.
suspicion.
That's only fair.
Can't
Don't look at
trust
my
them.
browser history.
Just googling how to fucking murder cookies and get away with it.
I am. Yeah, cookies make interacting with the internet so much better 9 times out of 10. Most of the time I'm like, oh yeah, great, I'm signed into this site, or oh nice, I don't have to update my preferences on X, Y, or Z on this thing. And like every time that I have to go reset my cookies and my passwords and everything, I'm like, bleh. Well, I guess that was before 1Password, but
Oh, that's not the cookie I'm thinking of.
oh. Next topic then.
Well, something you don't have to be so afraid about is how well your iPhone survives being dropped. Because going back to our story of the thing falling out of the sky, an iPhone has survived falling out of that same exact plane 16,000 feet to the ground and has survived to make phone calls.
Was it filming?
Oh, when it blew off, it took an
Yeah.
iPhone with it.
It took
Was
an
it
iPhone.
filming?
No, it was not.
Can
You guys probably don't
imagine
remember
the
this,
poor-
but
the poor
they used to show
asshole?
you guys don't remember this, but they used to show the Timex watch. They would say, takes a licking and keeps on ticking, and they would find it like at the bottom of the ocean, or they'd find it, underneath a bulldozer that had been run over 50,000 times, and they was, and so this is what they're saying now is that the iPhone can be dropped from 50,000
plane.
feet and still work.
There you go.
I need to send this to my sister-in-law. She just sent us a meme video the other day of the iPhone like walking down, like a person was an iPhone and a person was an Android, and the person walking down the stairs who's the iPhone just like was walking down the stairs and broke into a million pieces, and the Android fell down the flight of stairs and we got up and just walked away. I'm gonna send this to her and say,
Like this is actual. This is science.
Yeah,
hey,
that's
this
just
is
one up to
this is proven by science.
You need to get a pair of these, Blaine.
I was going to ask you how thick the soles are.
So
Are those socks or shoes?
they're both. So they're not.
You go jogging in those?
No, these are just like for wearing around the house. They're like advanced looking.
Like-
Look how they're super flexible.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like-
not a super hard sole. It almost feels kind of like really
like an
bendy.
old sole.
What I want to know is like, is it soft enough that like I could like sit on my foot without it feeling like I'm sitting on a shoe? But was it also strong enough that like I could walk out on my patio
Sit on
to like
your
go take stuff
foot.
off the grill.
Yes, because it's a sole. Like,
'Kay.
but as far as sit on your foot, why would you do that?
Well, I don't
You
know,
cross
like
your
if I
leg?
wanted to, cross my leg or something.
Do what? How do you do that? I can't cross my legs, so I don't really have any input on
Like you
this.
sit like this.
Yeah, if you
What?
sit like that. I mean, I know I'm not
yeah,
flexible,
it
but
doesn't really feel like you can tell that it's harder than a
okay.
sock, obviously, but it's
Yeah.
not like it's definitely extremely like pliable, so it kind of just squishes a bit. I mean, I laughed because like when I saw them, like fair game or disclosure here, this was something that got pitched to me on Instagram, and I was like, hey, those look like those fucking. What was the one that
They were Pumas.
Yeah, and I was like super sad that they didn't exist.
Oh, the gamer ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was super sad they didn't exist because I was like, fuck those being gamer shoes. Those look like great like wear around your house only shoes for me cuz I don't go sockless. I always wear socks. And I'm fucking falling down the stairs all the goddamn time cuz I take stairs 2 at a time. Dude,
Well, I've just
fantastic.
been wearing.
It
I just
feels
have,
like wearing a pair of socks.
grippers. I have gripper socks, so
Oh,
that's
those
what
are
I've been wearing.
bombas.
Yeah,
I got some. Oh yeah. Anyway, so I
but
was like,
that's because I didn't have
50
something like
bucks,
that.
Like I'll give them a
They
shot.
help
I ordered
my-
them, and as soon as I put them on, I was like, keeping them. I'm keeping them.
The problem is I wouldn't
You
wear my
guys-
bombas like in the summer because they're way too heavy because they're wool. So
You wear you guys wear copper compression socks too?
no,
Oh. Yeah, me neither.
good.
Like Copper the dog from Fox and the Hound.
Yes. Yes, that makes I wear socks made out of Copper the dog.
Oh man, that story just keeps getting sadder. Now they're making socks out of him.
There's a non-zero chance that these socks were made out of a dog.
God, it's always a non-zero chance. That's what the best thing about non-zero chances.
Well, there is a non-zero chance that your iPhone might survive a fall from an airplane. So proof is in the story right
Was
here.
it an iPhone 15 Pro?
I have no idea.
Because I hear those are.
I'm just
actually-
like, I like to
there's a
imagine
design
that
for
like
one of them.
whoever's phone it was, they were the ones that were sitting window seat right there, and they like had it on the tray, and they're like, they've got their show downloaded that they're gonna watch for like this trip that they're doing, and they're at
All
like
set
the
up, ready
climax
to
of
watch my
like
show.
this of like
Just-
some character arc, and then and they're like.
And they're not
Well,
worried
it
about the
did
door
have
at all. They're
a-
like, what happened to
Just
Johnny?
But they had their earphones in, and you know, stuff transmits pretty
How-
good in open air, no matter
What?
whether
How
it's
did this thing
falling.
get out of the plane?
So
So it did have when they found it, it did have the charger connector still in it, but it was obviously ripped off of a charger cable.
Oh, wow.
I think the real question is: we talking Lightning or USB-C here?
I guess I don't
Was it-
know because I
was
don't.
it the thing that was holding the panel on the plane? How did this thing come off of a plane?
Loose bolts.
Yeah, loose
But
bolts.
I thought that there was one other thing that they're like there was a missing piece, or there was a missing something.
This
not
is
just
Shel
a loose bolt.
Silverstein's fault.
Yeah, where
It
the
was,
sidewalk is.
It was an Android phone connected also.
Actually,
with it.
it's
Somehow an
entirely
Android phone was
possible
crushed.
the person was watching something on their phone and they got really mad because they just got past the climax and they batted the phone against the wall and they punched the whole thing right off the side of the plane.
What I like to think is that there was a couple who was having a fight before the door opened on the flew off on the plane, and then the one of the two of them got really mad and was like, you know what? I don't care about you or this relationship or your phone, and threw it out the open door. And it was like, this is gonna get sucked out anyway, and just threw it. So wait, hold on. Let's go back to that airplane thing because I have another question about that. I haven't watched any of the videos. After the door got ripped off, there was obviously a moment where the cabin depressurized.
Was it a
and all
door
the
that
stuff
got ripped off? I thought it
sucked
was
out.
like
No,
a
it
whole
was
side panel.
it was a panel. It was actually a plug
the
that goes
door-
over
yeah.
the emergency exit that isn't used on that version of the plane.
It was a window by the emergency seat.
So it wasn't a whole door.
No, it was not a door. It was actually a side panel, but it was a plug panel that goes in
Fun
what it
fact.
would normally be a
So
door.
it was like a small hole, but did the hole like rip bigger?
Yes, yes, it ripped the whole panel off the wall, basically floor to ceiling.
So like the size of a door.
Nobody was injured.
So-
Nope,
God,
No
that's
one got sucked
super
out?
Lucky.
nobody got sucked out.
See, this is a perfect example. All they need to do from now until the end of time is reference this incident as to why you should have your seatbelt on.
Yeah, that's always a good
what
way
I'm
to
saying
start
too.
off a
I was
flight.
like- I almost always am wearing my seatbelt anyway, so that I
never
don't
take
have
it
to be
off.
bothered by the flight attendant walking by and being like, excuse me, the seatbelt sign is turned on. Because
And
I'm
then
like,
when
I'm
you-
trying
when
to
they
sleep
walk
or I'm trying
by,
to watch a TV
Silas.
show or something.
So when they walk by, do you go like this? See?
I mean,
Yeah, I do.
I've seen unexpected turbulence
See?
before. Like go find videos of
Like crazy
yeah.
stuff.
Like people
Yeah.
are instantly from the seat.
Sir, could you stop
straight to the
pointing?
top of the plane?
Yeah.
Like because if the plane changes elevation of 100 feet in half a second due to some weird ass fucking like air current, there's
Rough
nothing you
air.
can do about it.
No, there's not.
Just
Like,
fly the plane.
So I almost always wear it, but like anyway.
The thing
I
I,
always
want
have
to
an
know is
extra
how, if this happened at 16,000 feet, how fast did the pilot descend? Like, was he basically just like, boom, full speed down? Like,
It's
how
16,000
quickly did he
feet.
have
What
to
are the
descend?
cabins
He's going
are
like
pressurized
this.
to just around,
Dramatic
not
recreation of it.
16,000, but
He was going like this, and then he just went.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
what are cabins pressurized to?
I have no idea.
Afterburners.
Because it's not sea level. It's higher.
No, yeah.
It's not 16, but it's somewhere in between there.
1,600 or 16,000?
Well, I mean, of all the places for it to like get jettisoned, better at 16,000 feet than 35.
True.
Yeah, I always have an extra iPhone with me that doesn't matter to me, so that if there is a hole ripped in the fuselage, it will fly out and land on the ground and
So
prove
they
that
find
iPhones
it
can
using
survive a
Find My
long
iPhone?
drop out of a plane.
Yeah.
No, somebody just randomly found it on the ground.
Oh my god, that would have been such a great Find My iPhone ad.
It was the phone was still in airplane mode.
I mean, not anymore. It
Oh,
wasn't.
you're right.
Does Find My iPhone not work in airplane mode? Does it
I have
turn
no
off
idea.
all the stuff that?
Hold on, let's Google that.
Surely it does.
Does Find My iPhone work if phone is in airplane mode? The phone cannot be located using Find My if it is in airplane mode. Unfortunately, your hands are tied with the iPhone in airplane mode. It won't be possible to find or locate unless they had an AirTag attached to the case.
Because AirTags definitely still work.
Yup.
Like you're not putting an AirTag in airplane mode. You know how many AirTags are on fucking flights now? Like they're in all the luggage.
Yup.
Did you see Ridge created a?
Okay, so at 36,000 feet, they typically have a plane pressurized to about equivalent to 6,000 to 8,000 feet.
Okay. So about
At
half
16,000 feet, they say that's about the point where you don't have enough oxygen, that you probably have about 20 to 30 minutes before you pass out.
that. So a pretty long time.
Pretty long time, yeah.
I mean, that's
Longer than I
just-
was expecting.
That's slightly more than hiking a 14er.
Captain
Yeah.
says to relax, you only have about 20 minutes before you pass out. Please
I
stay
know,
seated
when
since
we were
we
in
have a hole in the
Colorado,
fuselage.
Both hiking and riding the motorcycles, we were as high as we never did a 14er, but we were as high as 13 some thousand feet. I never experienced any like altitude related stuff.
Yeah, I mean
Well-
we've skied at over 10,000 feet before, and it's, I mean, you're definitely sucking air, but I don't say I was going to pass out.
Yeah.
One time I hiked up to 45,000 feet. It was
Wow.
pretty easy.
That's pretty crazy.
I just remember not even caring about it because it was so easy. Can't even tell you the name of the mountain because it was so easy.
So easy.
This, I did.
Can't- I
It
can't.
was
I
barely a
can't.
speed bump.
I can't tell you how many times I've done exactly the same thing.
Man, you guys are hardcore.
Yeah, we're pretty
I
hardcore.
I literally can't tell you how many times.
I'm gonna give a
Seen
thumbs
that
up
movie
for the
with
for
Sylvester
the
Stallone where he's hanging off the cliffhanger. Basically done that like a million times. Like every weekend
at 40,000 feet.
at 40,000 feet.
45,000 feet. Thank you very much.
We're not all as hardcore as you are.
Well, something that might come from 40,000 feet is aliens, because the city of Lexington, Kentucky, is apparently inviting aliens to visit them now.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
Huh.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Apparently, they beamed this message out into space using an infrared laser toward the TRAPPIST-1 star system, and basically said, "Hey, come visit us in Lexington, Kentucky."
That's just the dumbest thing ever.
That's
Well,
just
I
gonna
know what
land
my
in some
next
alien
screenplay is going
spam
to be.
folder.
It's in the spam folder.
What needs to happen in Lexington?
Oh,
I don't
look,
want
Earth's
anyone to
reaching
get
out to
hurt.
us again.
I don't want anyone to get
Yeah,
hurt,
no
but maybe
worries.
like a Sonic needs to get hit by a meteor or
It's
something.
gonna be really
After
funny
hours.
when we get a response to that, and all it says is "stop" in all caps because they don't want to receive SMS messages.
No.
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. Yeah.
The aliens say, "Excuse me, but we've been to Lexington and we've checked you guys out thoroughly, and we're not going back." Something.
Oh man, I'm gonna write the screenplay where the aliens finally get the message, and it is from Lexington, Kentucky, and they show up, and they're like, "Wow!"
They have to like look up Lexington, Kentucky on space Wikipedia,
Space
Yes.
Google.
and like, at
Their
the very
trajectory
top,
is
it just
off, and they
says,
land
"This
in
article
California
needs
and have
some
to
work."
road trip.
Lexington, the center of all of Earth's happenings, comings and goings.
And why did the aliens end up in Lexington? Because they sent them an invitation.
They just
With
never
all
came because
Southern
they'd never been invited before.
hospitality.
We put out that
Love it.
fucking gold plate on whatever fucking
Thumbs up.
Voyager it's on, but we never explicitly said we never
Come
gave
to
them
us.
an invite. Yeah, they're just all
That's
really
hilarious.
polite aliens.
They're
They don't
like,
show up.
some space pirates are like, well, check out this junk. You think we can sell it on the space black market? The black hole market? There it is.
There you go.
Nailed the joke,
There.
only a matter of time.
Thumbs up for them, I guess.
Thumbs up
Good
for
luck,
space.
aliens.
Thumbs
I
up.
feel bad if you do visit Kentucky.
Thumbs up for Kentucky. That's my best.
Well, with that, we're gonna move on to our billionaire pitches for the week. And Matt, what is yours? Do you remember
man,
it?
You're gonna love this. You cut me off when you guys are tired of it, but I've been working this with ChatGPT for a hot minute. So I wrote, write me a business plan for Space Repo, a company that specializes in repossessing satellites, probes, and other spacefaring objects that people have stopped paying for. And ChatGPT obliged. Executive summary, company name, Space Repo. Mission, to provide efficient and reliable satellite and space probe repossession services for clients who have defaulted on payments or abandoned their spacefaring assets. Key objectives: 1, establish a reputable and specialized service for space asset repossession. 2, develop partnerships with satellite manufacturers, space agencies, and insurers. 3, ensure a high success rate in recovering and repurposing space assets. Company description: Space Repo is a specialized repossession company targeting spacefaring objects like satellites and probes. Our team comprises experienced aerospace engineers, legal advisors, and experts in space operations. Services offered: repossession, refurbishment, legal and consultation services, all with extra text, by the way. Like, all of those things have extra text. Market analysis, target market, satellite operators, insurance companies, government agencies, and it gives you like even more about, like, there's more text for those, and I'm not going to read them because it's too fucking long. It gives a marketing strategy, fucking operations plan, financial plan. Conclusion: Space Repo aims to fill a unique niche in the space industry by offering a specialized service that addresses the growing need for satellite and space asset repossession. With a highly skilled team and strategic partnerships, we aim to become a trusted entity in the space asset recovery sector. Please note that detailed blah, blah, blah is a little thing. And then I followed that up with, I've received a question from somebody on a panel of investors. The question is as follows, quote unquote, what the fuck? And it said, it seems like the investors might need a bit more context or clarity about the proposed business idea. They could be surprised or confused by the unconventional nature of Space Repossession Company. In responding to this question, it might be helpful to emphasize 1, the market potential, highlight the increasing number of satellites and space assets in space, and potential risks of defaults or abandoned assets. 2, unique opportunity, explain how Space Repo aims to fill a gap in the market by blah, 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 and they give a bunch of like things. And I said, now come up with some potential catchy puns or funny names for the venture. I'd also like some slogans to use. Absolutely. Here's some names: Cosmic Collectors, Orbit Repo Co., Zero G Retrievals, Galactic Repo Squad, Celestial Recallers, Space Salvage Solutions,
Celestial Recallers,
Starbound Repo, Astro Asset Recovery, like capital A, Satellite
Ooh, I can see
Salvage
the logo looking
Masters,
great for that.
Cosmo Claim, and some of the slogans are like reclaiming space, recovering assets, from lost to found in the depths of space.
Pitch this to Aaron Osman.
No, fuck that. I know who I'm pitching it to. Just give me a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Recapturing lost stars in space, or stars lost in space. And then I followed that up. I told you I've been doing shit. Followed that up with write a 15-second ad spot in a popular murder write a 15-second ad spot for a popular murder podcast a la HelloFresh or Bombas.
Yes.
And they came back with something that was like, it opened with visual of space satellites and team in action. And I said, this is a podcast. There's no visuals. The host simply read a bit of verbiage. And they were like, oh yeah, my bad. And like, here's the text. Is it host 1? Hey listeners, ever wondered about abandoned space? Blah, blah, blah. And they go do some back and forth. And it's just like this really lame like text. And I said, typically podcast hosts like to talk about the product as if they utilize the item or service. Can you alter it to sound like that? And it like altered it slightly to kind of sound like that, but it wasn't that great. So Space Repossession Company, like somebody's got to go get the shit that nobody's paying for anyway. And
Sounds good.
I really want this to be Elon Musk's, or some billionaire that's already got a space thing going.
Like Aaron
Preferably
Osman?
both, because we're gonna have to cross repossess both their shits probably whenever they stop paying on those things. Elon's the most likely to go bankrupt, I would think. So
Elon
Jeff Bezos
is
does
the
it.
richest man in the world.
And most likely to go bankrupt. He's the most likely to fuck up. Have you seen the guy?
Let
Like,
that sink
okay, look, all right. You got 2 people here. You got Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. If you had to bet on it, which one's gonna go bankrupt? It ain't gonna be fucking Jeff. He's already divorced. Like, so.
in. And he's still in the top billionaire lists.
All right.
I give it a thumbs
All right.
up. I've never
My
heard
pitch for the
such
year.
an amazing idea
Thumbs up.
tonight.
I love repoing things.
I just,
All right.
when we were talking about the insurance, I was trying to figure out what you do with stuff that people aren't paying on anymore.
You
Somebody gotta go
repo
get
it.
So,
You got an idea, Blaine?
So I'm going to jump off of Matt's idea here, because I think if Matt's going to be out there repoing things out in space,
Yeah.
my business is a repo reseller or pawn shop in space, where
Yeah.
if Matt
Somebody
repos
get
it,
me a
I can
repo
resell it to you.
A fucking space tow truck.
I'll resell it to you, and the benefit is you don't have to bring it back to Earth to relaunch it. I'll relaunch it
so
for
you're
you.
trying to get
all
my
included.
business.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I like
I have
it.
a pitch.
Go
I love
ahead.
it. I love that you have a pawn shop in space. What are you gonna call it?
Yeah,
It'll
if
have
you don't
its
want to
own
get
Pawn Stars.
TV
if,
show.
if if you don't want to get repoed, you can pawn it at the pawn
Some
shop in
fucking
space.
alien comes in and like
Pawn Stars?
space Rick from Pawn Stars is like, best I can do is 60 schmeckles. 40 space bucks. That's all I got.
So what? You think that there's gonna be a repo thing in space, and then there's gonna be a pawn shop in space? What else what else?
We'll just have all the things we normally have.
There's
except they're in
literally
space
everything
now.
in space, Morty. Now get the back in the car.
I like that in the background you can hear Morty going like, ooh, ah.
Yeah, he's
Do it again.
literally dying in that scene.
Is he? I don't remember.
He's been
Did
bit
you have
by a
another-
snake in
Silas,
outer space.
Did you have an idea?
I did have an idea. I want to open a bunch of different diners, drive-ins, and dives in outer space, so that Guy Fieri or Ferrari or whatever
Douglas
his name
Adams
is.
already did this. Isn't it Restaurant at the End of the Universe? Isn't that the name of his book?
Guy Ferrari.
Guy Ferrari?
What's his name?
Ferrari?
Guy
Guy
Guy-
Fury?
Guy Fieri.
No, it's pronounced Fiari.
Guy
Guy
Fieri.
Fieri.
Guy Ferrari can
I like Ferrari.
show up
That
and he can
Ferrari guy.
Guy
say-
Ferrari.
check out this dine-ins, drivers and dives. Whatever. That's a terrible. I sounded.
Can you
Not
imagine
right.
if you went to like some
I want
fucking
to eat
3-star
food and
Michelin
face them.
restaurant at the edge of the goddamn Andromeda Galaxy and it took you like a billion sets of fucking Michelin tires to get there, so they're happy about it. You get there, you pull in, they seat you, and like it's one of those places that's got a bunch of shit on the walls, like a fucking Applebee's or some other tchotchke place, and right on the wall next to your table, fucking picture of Guy Fieri. Boom, like he been there already.
Okay, I got an idea, and a little bit different than what you guys are talking about. No,
Well,
it's
I
entirely
just
different.
want there to be some place to eat after you've gone to the pawn shop to pick up, your Who's-Its and what.
Repoed satellite.
Yeah, your repo
Yeah.
satellite.
Oh, you just know there'd be a dope ass taco fucking truck somewhere.
I like a billionaire to make a pair of glasses that you can wear that turn the entire world into a cartoon.
Done.
Huh.
I love it.
This is not what I was expecting.
Do you
Please
mean
go on. Or is that it?
Apple Vision
That's
Pro?
it.
Hold on, we can get more out of this.
Glasses. I look at all you guys, your cartoons. I look
pitch
around the room
me
in my
a
room here.
product.
Everything's a cartoon. The cars when I'm driving are cartoons in front of me. Everything's a cartoon.
A pair of
Does that mean that you
glasses
can't get hurt just like in a cartoon?
that
No.
Yeah, is there like cartoon physics?
No. That would be great. But I'm just saying that the whole
2
world
seconds-
looks like a
3 seconds
cartoon.
left on the clock. Thanks for
All
telling me.
right, Brian, here you go. Pitch me a product, a pair of glasses.
I
that
don't
makes
want a
the
product
world
pitched.
look like
I just want him to make it and give me a pair.
Oh. Well, they're called Toon Vision glasses. Step into a
Toon
world of
Vision.
whimsy and
All right.
wonder with our innovative eyewear that transforms the reality into a living, breathing cartoon experience.
Tune specs.
God,
Hmm.
ChatGPT is the best thing technology's ever given us.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and call this council meeting adjourned.
They've got UV protection, Brian. There's line items.
We we thank you for listening as we record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. And if you liked what you saw and want to check out all past episodes of the CouncilCast, you can go to councilcast.org.
I do not. No, you
Or not,
can't.
actually. You can't.
The site is down temporarily for
Maintenance? Put up one of
For
those
planned-
construction banners.
Part
Planned,
of our business
unplanned
plan to keep you from
maintenance.
watching.
If you like the audio files, though, you can find us not on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. And if you have a topic you'd like the council's decision on, you can email us at councilcast. At I don't care at councilcast.org. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.